Okay, this is the whole story. I'm going to try to explain as much as I can. This thing started back in 2011 where the guy from a chat site, he found out my IP. He was like looking for me or whatever. That's a different angle, which I won't get into. But then there was another bitch from another chat site. She was like hounding me and she got my information. And then I sent some messages to her. And then it didn't work out. And she's a witch and she got fucking psychotic. She started the Facebook on me that went worldwide. Like, cause they got some good pictures of me, and a lot of ladies were like, "Wow," and uh, and it just kept going. It just kept growing, and even celebrities got involved for that other angle, which I can't get into. Uh, and then it just kept growing and growing, and more people kept coming down, and the online apparently it had millions of followers, from what I gather from tidbits here and there, and it just kept going and going. And then at a certain point, these like old rich guys got involved. That's when it got really fucking too big. Then it got really big. And I did the math. Uh, they could easily have 1,000 people involved, which will give them a right to do whatever they're doing, city permits and all that bullshit. And they could easily spend $1 billion a year. That's how rich these guys are. There's like a lot of them, so they all like chip in for the pool to pay for everything. And they have all kinds of weird shit going on. At one point, they were going to kill me because they were listening in on me and they didn't like what I was saying because we had it was like some weird shit that started and it just kept going. And then they put this fucking white trash, dirty cunt in charge, who came from one of the chat site. She came down here for money. Then she got involved, and then she started putting things into effect, doing all this weird, fucked up shit. And it was just to cause a distraction so they can continue to use me because my profile, because I'm like interesting, and it went worldwide. Like a lot of people, it's still going on, and they use this angle to keep everyone away from me and not say anything to me by saying that I have some mental illness, that I've been alone, blah blah blah. I have schizophrenia. I have bipolar. Oh, and I'm also violent. So, and he has like some thick walls around him. They couldn't even use like psychologists, pay them to like to verify it in front of everybody. So everyone's like, oh fuck. So nobody bothers to do it, and they tell everyone to like what drive by and all this weird shit. That's not worth getting into detail. You can check out all my videos. They do all that shit. My YouTube shorts, and it's been ongoing, and that's how people probably are convinced to not approach me or say anything. And they also use a legal action. I think they're using a confidentiality agreement where no one can say something, but they're also using that angle that I have a mental illness or something. Like I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm fucking cool as fuck. If I saw those famous people and I started talking to them, it'll be a chill conversation. I'll probably ask them like, "What are you doing? Are they doing this?" I'll probably start asking questions, and they don't want that. The people who are paying for everything, because these old rich guys, they're like billionaires, and I think they're part of the Illuminati. So that money is fucking never ending. So they can easily, I did the math. They can easily have 1,000 people on payroll. They pay for houses, cars, fucking food, and they have multiple giant, like really big buildings where they all like meet up. They all drive around. Their job is to like just fill up the spaces and keep it flowing. And that money for that is easy for them. 1 billion a year is chump change to them because there's so many of them. Say like there's 20 guys, they have guys under them. They all chip in, and that bitch is just that bitch they put in charge. The tall dirty cunt I keep referring to in all my YouTube shorts is coming up with all these weird fucking retarded shit. She has all these people under her. They all fucking do all this weird shit, driving cars, fucking all kinds of weird shit. There's some witchcraft shit happening too, which I that's another angle. And they're using that whole mental illness shit to convince everybody to not talk to me. You have to do it this way, otherwise he can get violent or whatever, legal issues or whatever. So it's been ongoing, and it started in 2011. It's fucking 2024, so it's almost 13 years. It is 13 years because it started in January of 2011, and they have countless people involved now because they can afford that shit, and it's gone big, even more big. It wasn't this big back in 2011 to like 2014ish. And then after that, all these old rich guys started piling in, and they started pissing, like throwing money everywhere. And it's all to just take care of what's going on. It's become a lifestyle for them. It's their new life. There's a lot of people who've been living here for like 10 years just for this shit. And they bought them houses. They're like, it's their life is here. They're trying to plant themselves and grow roots. And I think they have fucking underground tunnels too. These guys are like, they're part of the Illuminati. That's how there's no real human being or real rich motherfucker would do shit like this. They would probably stop. They're like, I got other things to do. These guys have nothing. They will never have to worry about nothing. Their money just keeps flowing. So they can afford to do this. They probably lived a boring, fucking, lonely life. So, and they just kept doing this shit. And my profile is worldwide. Yes, I'm fucking amazing. They have videos of me doing all kinds of shit. They follow me and all that. I did so many things. They have a catalog of all the things I did. So I'm pretty amazing. And there's another angle why the rich and famous are involved too, which I won't get into. So that's pretty much the gist of it all. And you can see the YouTube shorts, all the weird shit I'm showing. They're part of it. They're doing all of this because these old rich guys. That's the only reason this shit keeps going. These old rich guys want to keep this going because this is like a new life to them, and they're not going back to their old life. So they're willing to spend $1 billion, which is nothing. They could even spend even more. There's no problem. They can go on for like 30 fucking years. No problem. And they're using that mental illness angle to keep people away. That's pretty much it. And they use that dirty cunt stupid ideas like drive around, raise your hand, make the jaw face in front of him. They got everybody involved. Everybody in my neighborhood, they all get a little bit of money. They're paying everybody. They're giving free shit to people. They can come in and get free food. They can come hang out. Everyone's welcome. Just not me. Because it is about me. And you do all these things around them, and we'll take care of you and all that. Also, the confidentiality agreement, which you can't fuck around with. You'll get in legal shit. And no one's going to deal with that. They're like, fuck it, I'll just keep my mouth shut and enjoy. But, and that's pretty much the gist of it all. And this is their new life now. So I've come to the conclusion they're going to keep going. They always like randomly, like, get every kind of shit on me, like videos of me doing this, a conversation, what I'm doing online, on my phone. They got everything. And the reason why they're able to do this and show certain groups of people is it's a very selective one. What they tell them is, oh, we're going to give him all this money. There's also this big money that's going to be mine. So everyone's like, they've been told, hey, we just want to make sure we're watching him because we're going to give him all this money. So we want to make sure he's not doing anything wrong and whatnot. And there might be some sort of fucking general consensus going on, like how many people agree that he should get, or I don't know, man. I can't get too detailed because I've never been there. I'm just guessing. This is all just guesswork based on what I've observed. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the whole story, what's going on. And daily I put up YouTube shorts of what I see. And it's all part of this. It's like a giant complex web. And there's like multiple webs in between that big giant web. It's like some sort of fucking universal picture that they use with the pie, with a pie ball that moves around in a circle. It's kind of like that. It's all confusing and twisted and convoluted. So that's the whole story. And yeah, and they pretty much use me to bring anyone down because people all over the world are dying to come down, and everything's taken care of. So everyone who they contact, but they have to use me. That he's watching you, he's interested, and all that. And that's what they do. And I've requested, like, I'm supposed to get some money or whatever, or something that's mine. And I'm like, yo, either give it to me, and I'll fight, or get me my job back, which they also affected, because everyone there knew about this shit too, and they were giving them instructions. And that's where I'm pretty much at now. So they're literally fucking with my whole life. They bought out everybody around me. I mean, every person is bought out. A person in my neighborhood knows. Everybody in my family knows everything. They're all part of this shit, and they're all getting like a little bit of money here and there, or the promise of more money if you just play along, whatever. And yeah, there's like a big group of people who are involved to make it look real. Everything is based on a lie. Like the whole mental illness. I don't have a mental illness. Oh, he talks to himself. Every intelligent person talks to himself to figure out things. and they were listening in on me in my house with a fucking some sort of device, some audio device or something. And they have all kinds of access to secret technology to spy on people, and that's pretty much it. And now I'm just stuck here like this. People that think I'm just fucking crazy, the ones who probably see or hear this shit, but it's actually happening. This is actually what's happening. They're trying to make it sound like, oh, it's all in your head, blah blah blah. No, it's there. It's my observation. It's my perception telling me I'm not hallucinating. I just figure out everything. That's all. And they're just negating it, doing whatever they can. So I come to the conclusion they're gonna go on forever. That's what it seems like. It's these old guys. Once these old guys are gone, then it's over with. Because who's gonna pay for this shit? $1 billion a year minimum. I'm saying that's a minimum estimate. It could be way more. They have no problem fucking paying all that shit, and just to keep it going because they like being around people. I mean, imagine you're a fucking multi billionaire old guy fucking with deep pockets, and you live a lonely life. Now you get to hang out with people. You can contact anybody, like famous people, fucking beautiful women, anyone, by using me. And yeah, this is where we're at, and that's why I make these videos to expose the truth, what's going on. Hopefully, there's a group out there, maybe the rich and famous team up and say this is fucking wrong what you're doing. And I mean that's my only hope. Or somehow these old guys fucking get sick of it, which they're not. They love this. This is their new life. They're gonna die here, pretty much. So fuck, that's my other option. Hopefully they die. I don't know what else to say. Or people stand up, like team up, and stand up for this shit. Hey, yo, what the fuck is this shit, man? This is wrong. And I'd love to meet some people, some famous people. I could be hanging out with famous people, and I could be meeting beautiful women, and it's all based on me, what they know. It has nothing to do with their fucking money. The money is just taking care of the fucking shit they got going on. That's it. To have people here to make it look like, oh, this is important, this is real. That's what they're doing. And those are the two. That's the angle, to keep people away. Oh, mental illness, blah blah blah. He built walls. Oh, we can't. We have to be very gentle. We're slowly getting through to him. We have to try very slowly. Okay, you do hand gestures. You drive by. You turn around. We have to do all this. Here's some money. Keep your mouth shut, and be just part of this. Don't ask questions. Just be happy and just be part of this. That's it. And these old rich guys get to be around people. Oh yeah, and they're also shapeshifters too. So I've seen some shapeshifters. People think I'm fucking crazy. It's actually the real deal. And that's another angle I don't really need to get into. I just want to give the gist, the general story of what's going on. And I'm aware of all this shit. And I can't do nothing about it. The only thing I have is a group of rich and famous people who stand up for what is right and stop this shit. And maybe like do a collective lawsuit or some shit. Because they used them. They brought them down here under false pretense. Or the other second one is... the old guys leave. I mean, they die or they get sick of it. I don't know what the fuck. And then there's no more money to pay, and this shit's over with, which is probably not going to happen. These guys can probably live forever with the shit they got. And the third one is, which is fucking, it's kind of like a fantasy. I become like some superhero like god or some shit, and I come and fucking destroy them all. Like some Thanos fucking shit. I don't know, man. Some superhero shit with some powerful, destructive powers or some shit, which is a fantasy. I mean, the most liable one, or the most viable one and probable one would be the, people standing up, rich and famous. So that's where we're at. That's the whole story. And now I'm just living it. And it fucking sucks. It's annoying. It's irritating. I went through so much shit. There's other angles they did shit to me, there's like multiple angles that I cannot discuss. But I can discuss who someone wants to really listen because it's going to take a long time. I'm not going to make an hour-long video. And just wanted to put out the whole story, general story, if anyone cares to know. And fuckers who might be listening, I know everything. And that's that.